OK Normal is a retro-style horror experience based on PlayStation 1 platforming games. Atmosphere. The game recreates the feeling of a bizarre, low-budget PlayStation 1 platformer excellently, from the texture warping to the colour bleeding where it emulates a CRT television. Its visuals are particularly trippy, with checkerboard floors and mysterious geometric shapes that hang in the air or spin on an axis for no real reason. The music plays hypnotic synth pieces that bounce around in your headphones. Whilst the gameplay is simply to collect a few items and find the goal, this becomes a monotonous task that's so simple-minded it lets you soak in the atmosphere all the more, and really take in how weird the environment you're in is. It descends quite rapidly into dread-filled levels with darkened screens, and everything swirls around you as the music is replaced with low rumbling and the crying of a baby. Boxes filled with eyes spin around, and the floating cloud companion starts asking what's happened and then berates you. The levels turn into abstract moving mazes that feel impossible to navigate, and you start feeling a sense of despair. It touches directly to the emotions by sound and visuals alone. It's very weird and evokes a lot of feelings of dread and confusion. That's one Harry Mason. Scares. There's only one jump scare, and it's a sudden cut that's executed brilliantly, considering it's the only thing like it in the game. Some of the things that Cloud says that are supposed to be ominous didn't really have that effect on me whatsoever and kind of fell flat. There are a few enemies in the game, from the giant floating skull to something that resembles a sea mine or a biological virus, but they're not really threatening, and it was more annoying to bump into them than it was scary. They don't feel sentient and just seem to be going through the motions. That's still one Harry Mason. Sound design. There's a lot of different tracks, from the hypnotic pieces to the first level to the creepy, reverb-soaked nothingness of the later levels. The music goes a long way into making the environments feel as creepy as they do. The sound effects are all fittingly 90s, with some of them feeling they were taken right out of Atari classics. Some of the more menacing sound effects resembled backwards moaning and are pretty creepy. The sound effect that plays with each line of dialogue from the talking Cloud varies in pitch and seems both cheerful and menacing at the same time. That's two Harry Masons. Gore. There isn't any, and there didn't seem to be the need for any. That's three Harry Masons. Story. The game is more of a horror experience and contains no real story. I don't think the game would have benefited by a backstory either. The final score, 4 out of 5 Harry Masons. OK Normal is a really interesting game that is surprisingly effective at providing weird feelings and emotions. Again, I'd like to remind you this whole thing is down to my opinion in horror games, and if you don't share this opinion, then that's cool, I get it. I'd like to point out that whilst I found the game unnaturally weird, I did not scream like a banshee or run away from the computer, and I advise you don't either. There'll be more horror reviews in the pipeline, and thanks for watching. And always go check out Bumps in the middle of the night. Peace.